And we'll start off here. I was trying with all my power to write a poem today, but nothing came except for some scratches on the paper. So I have no poem today.
I have a feeling I'm going to have a poem about rain next week.
Oh, well, that'd be good. I think we may be.
Well, and my runaway rhymes are back in the house.
We may be done with the rain here. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to read one of my books. Oh, I don't have my glasses. I knew there was something I forgot. Where are they? Oh well, I'll just try to do it
You
without
had
them.
one thing. You had one thing, John, that you had to do
I
was
had
to get
one
your
thing I
glasses.
had to do, and then I didn't do it. Barbara knows about me and my glasses. I'll see if my eyes work today. They might work. They might work.
We can wait if you want to go get them.
I have no idea where they are. Yeah, I think my eyes might work today. Let's see. I'll just have to read like that. This one's called Walking with Jesus. Often when I think of Jesus, I think of walking with him. And it's always in the middle of the journey, in dusty countryside, where people are working the land, where there are smells of sweat and animals and bread baking, a place where the beginning and end are only thoughts. We would feel the uneven earth under our thin sandals. Nothing would be special except the company of souls seeking the moment we know we are here. Maybe we would walk alongside him, and maybe for a long time not speak. When we did, it might be something simple, maybe about a lamb running after its mother, or we would see ourselves running toward the Father. Then we would just be walking again, knowing we could walk that way forever. Time would disappear. Jerusalem and destiny would be a million miles ahead. It would just be me, my brothers and sisters, walking one step after another.
Hmm.
Oh, this is apropos. I was at this little pond today where I wrote this poem. Ducks and turtles. After many days of rain, I walked to Jewel Lake. As I expected, it's bursting over the dam. I walked to the far side. There is a bench there. The inscription says, donated by so-and-so, so the elderly might have a place to rest. Being old, I sit down. Everything is gray today. The sky, the trees, even the water. Nothing's obviously alive. I want to be present here, but I keep thinking, it would be nice if there were some ducks and turtles. There was one turtle today. Two turtles, actually. My mind is restless. It's thinking of a lecture it heard. A theoretical physicist was discussing all the strange things they find after blasting apart the atom. Quarks, muons, mesons. He was really into it. Quite an alive mind. He ends by saying we all live in a quantum field. This appeals to my poet's mind. But right now, in this field, I don't feel so alive. In this experiment, nothing is happening. Maybe like Heisenberg said, I'm affecting this situation. I know it's my being that needs to be in this experiment. Then I might find myself really here in this field. It's a nice thought. Still, I think I should get up and start walking. This helps, but I can't stop thinking. It would help if there were some ducks and turtles here. Oh, that's interesting. I'm back on the full screen again. Memory. I'm sad on this cold, rainy day. Even the sparkling drops on the bare apricot branches don't cheer me. Why? Oh, it's cold on my body. Walking even with an umbrella, my legs and feet get wet. Oh, if only the sun was shining. This memory of happier times becomes a new misery, like something far away in the mist that I can never reach. Memory is the, memory is the root of all misery. Okay, maybe. I sigh and look down. When I look up, a sparrow has landed on a branch. Water drops scatter and fall. He looks jaunty and alive, this little fellow. I'm gladdened. Well, I think if that tiny body can maintain inner heat, can accept whatever comes, I can put on lots of clothes and visit the red leaves smiling on the sidewalk.
I like the ending of that.
Yeah, I like that too. That reminds me of another little poem I wrote. I wonder if it's in this book. What is it? It must be in another book. What is that other one? It's in this book. Oh, there it is. Lonely. Watching TV, lonely. Rain stops. Out walking on glistening streets. So many gold leaves to keep me company. My eyes are getting tired. Let's see. Well, Glenda sent me a cheery one today.
It has a little rhyming. It has a little alliteration. Has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, a bird just hit my window. This is called Wooden Ship Whimsy. You know what? I gotta go find my glasses. I'm getting blurry here. Sorry, guys. I'll be back in a sec.
I think I'm going to start asking him and first thing when he first starts if he has his glasses.
You usually do, Glenda. You were sleeping on the job today.
I know. I know.
All right, glasses. All right, now let's read Glenda's poem. You guys still there?
Yep. We were talking about you while you were gone.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you were.
We have a plan for next week.
Oh, not funny. My glasses were right here all the time. At least one pair.
You know, there was a Lucille Ball skit where Lucy and the other woman are sitting chatting, and she said, "Oh, here comes whatever his name was, and he's going to ask me where did I put my glasses." And sure enough, they're on top of his head.
Oh, I've done that one many times.
Where could they have gone?
All right, so this is Glenda's poem. Wooden chip whimsy. If I but had a wooden ship, I wonder where I'd sail, with wind-swollen sails and varnished deck, my hands upon the wheel, spindrift blowing across my face, captain's hat upon my head, a gnome in the crow's nest, a fairy at the bow. We'd run with the wind, we'd make every vow to sail by the sun and sleep by the stars, and never look back from where we had come. We'd sail for the sunset from Port Richey to Key West, set our sails for ports unknown, searching all the rest, for stormy seas to take us far, reveling in the wind, the fairy my bosom, the gnome my first mate, with salt-crusted lashes and sea-foam-flecked skin, we'd search the horizon for not where we'd been. I'd sail my wooden ship across the sea, never worried about our fate. Yes, if I but had a wooden ship, what adventures we would take. That sounds like fun.
It was just a little lark.
Yeah.
Cute.
That's right, you lived in Florida, didn't you?
Yep, loved Florida.
Well, let's see. I guess we should just keep reading with some poetry. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I keep reading this one, but I like it. By Jane Kenyon. Briefly it enters and briefly speaks. I am the blossom pressed in a book, found again after 200 years. I am the maker, the lover, and the keeper. When the young girl who stars sits down to a table, she will sit beside me. I am food on the prisoner's plate. I am water rushing to the wellhead, filling the pitcher until it spills. I am the patient gardener of the dry and weedy garden. I am the stone step, the latch, and the working hinge. I am the heart contracted by joy, the longest hair white before the rest. I am there in the basket of fruit presented to the widow. I am the musk rose opening unattended, the fern on the boggy summit. I am the one whose love overcomes you, already with you when you think to call my name. Let's see. Here's one by Edna St. Vincent Millay. Actually, I saw like a bio of her. She's actually was kind of a wild lady back in the 20s or something. My mother was an Edna. There's not too many Ednas around. This is Sonnet 12. Olympian gods, mark now my bedside lamp, blown out, and be advised too late that he whom you call sire is stolen into the camp of the warring earth and lies abed with me. Call out your golden hordes, the harm is done. Enraptured in his great embrace I lie. Shake heaven with spears, but I shall bear a son, branded with Godhead, heel and brow and thigh, whom think not to bedazzle or confound with meteoric splendors or display of blackened moons or suns, or the big sound of sudden thunder on a silent day. Pain and compassion shall he know, being mine, confusion never. That is half divine.
Wow.
It's a lot of images. Oh, that's right. She's talking about Olympian gods. Okay, that's it. This is one by Linda Gregg, who I don't actually know, but a flower no more than itself. She was there in the mountain, still as a fig tree in the failed wheat. Only the lizards and a few goats moved. Everything stunned by heat and silence. I would get to the top of the terrace darkness with my ankles cut by thistles and all of me drained by the effort in the fierce light. I would put the pomegranate and the anise and a few daisies on the great rock where the fountain was long ago. Too tired to praise, and found each time tenderness and abundance in the bareness. Went back down knowing I would sleep clean, that she would awake all year with the sun, and dirt and rain, pride her life, all nature her wealth, sound of owls her pillow. This one must be by some Native American woman, owl woman. How shall I begin my song? How shall I begin my song in the blue night that is settling? In the great night my heart will go out. Toward me the darkness comes rattling. In the great night my heart will go out. Brown owls come here in the blue evening. They are hooting about. They are shaking their wings and hooting. Black Butte is far below it. I had my dawn. I could see the daylight coming back for me. The morning star is up. I cross the mountains into the light of the sea.
I like the line. The daylight coming back for me. That's a cool line.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Here's two little Rumis. When I am with you, we stay up all night. When you're not here, I can't go to sleep. Praise God for these two insomnias and the difference between them. I've heard Coleman Barks read that one. And here's another one. I would love to kiss you. The price of kissing is your life. Now my loving is running toward my life, shouting, what a bargain, let's buy it. Here's one by Rabindranath Tagore. For the goddess of love. There is a ruined temple near here. No one sings now for the Holy One who was once praised there. The air is motionless and heavy above the altar. The odor of flowers no longer pulled for you floats in through the door. One of your old worshippers goes out every day into the cities, hoping to receive the good things that he used to ask for from you. And every day at dusk, he returns 5,000 miles to his temple, his shoelaces untied, his face tired. How many good days go by? How many nights useful for worship go by? And not one candle is lit or one poem sung. How many sculptors work the whole day with large shoulders and hair whitened with stone dust, making a statue of you, and then at dusk comes carry it to the river and throw it in. She is still in the temple, but no one gives her food or takes food from her. In this ignorance that never ends.
With his shoelaces untied is cute.
Yeah, that sounds a little too modern for that
Yeah.
poem. Let's see, I think we did enough. Here's a famous one by Emily. Wild nights, wild nights, wild nights, wild nights. Were I with thee, wild nights should be our luxury. Futile the winds to a heart in port, done with the compass, done with the chart. Rowing in Eden, ah, the sea, might I but moor tonight in thee. That's one I like. Another one I like. Galway Kinnel, Daybreak. On the tidal mud just before sunset, dozens of starfishes were creeping. It was as though the mud were a sky, and enormous imperfect stars moved across it as slowly as the actual stars across heaven. All at once they stopped, and as if they had simply increased their receptivity to gravity, they sank down into the mud. They faded down into it and lay still. And by the time pink of sunset broke across them, they were invisible as the true stars at daybreak. Yeah, I can read another Emily. I think the hemlock likes to stand upon a marge of snow. It suits its own austerity and satisfies an awe. That men must slake in wilderness and in desert cloy, an instinct for the hoar, H-O-A-R, the bald, Lapland's necessity. The hemlock's nature thrives on cold, the gnash of northern winds, his sweetest nutriment to him, his best Norwegian wines. To satin races he is naught. But children on the dawn, beneath his tabernacles play, and Niper wrestlers run. Ooh, she's always hard to read.
I think hoar is another word for frost.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I just wanted to make sure you didn't think it was W-H. Well, here's another couple little ones I like. I am not I. This is Juan Ramon Jimenez. I am not I. I am this one walking beside me whom I do not see, whom at times I manage to visit, and whom at other times I forget. The one who remains silent when I talk, the one who forgives sweet when I hate, the one who takes a walk where I am not, the one who will remain standing when I die.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that one. And here's another little one by him, Oceans. I have a feeling that my boat has struck down there in the depths against a great thing, and nothing happens. Nothing. Silence, waves. Nothing happens? Or has everything happened? And are we now standing quietly in the new life? Ooh, that's a good.
That's what I would like to think death is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it is
You're just gonna
actually.
wake up somewhere else. Yep.
I have good thoughts about what happens after we die.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's getting a little late. Maybe I'll read some Mary. It's good to read some Mary. This one's called June. It's a little early, but it's almost June. June. A single swallow glides in the air above the water. Next to it, something hovers, thin and white. It flies too. Or is it floating? It vanishes. It appears again, a little smaller than the bird. Now the bird approaches land. Now it is over the beach itself. The floating object is also over the beach. A feather. The swallow snaps the feather from the air and holds it in its beak while it takes 3 or 4 rapid strokes forward. Then it lets the feather go and it dives again away. The feather pauses on the updraft, then begins to descend. The bird turns, flows back, glides above it and beneath it. The feather tumbles erratically. With a plunge, the swallow snaps it from the air and flies on, and then again lets it go. All this is repeated maybe a dozen times. Finally, the swallow ignores the feather, which drifts towards the berms of wild roses between the dunes and the sea. The swallow climbs higher into the air, blue shoulders pumping hard. Then it swings, glides, turns towards sea, and is gone.
Yeah, that's Mary.
Yeah. You know, we think of birds as this little silly creatures, but I think they do have a lot of fun flying around. I think I've seen pigeons even having fun flying about, doing crazy things. Well, let's read one more Mary. Let's see. Let's see. That one. This is called The Loon on Oakhead Pond. Cries for 3 days in the gray mist, cries for the north it hopes it can find, plunges and comes up with a slapping pickerel, blinks its red eye, cries again. You come every afternoon and wait to hear it. You sit a long time quiet under the thick pines in the silence that follows, as though it were your own twilight, as though it were your own vanishing song. That sounds like a good one to end on. Well,
Thank you, John.
I'm glad all you guys showed up. That was fun.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks, John. Nice to be with everyone. Have a great week.
Bye, Julie.
You too.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye, Julie. Bye,
And
Brenda.
Brenda, I can see her car, but I can't see Brenda. Maybe she fell asleep. And Barbara, so goodbye, all of you, and I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.